Hello and welcome to the Crafters Club online crafting event. This is Angel Carpenter with Wild Brushes Art with Angel, and today we're going to be painting this fun bird family. So as you hop on, I hope you'll give a shout out and say hello. And so I'm just getting started here with some colors. I think I'll start with the sky. So if you would like, there is a tracer or a pattern, as we say, for this design on the Crafters Club online crafting event. And so if you want to check that out, you can scroll down and find that. But you can hop on the live and say hello. You can paint along or watch and paint later, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to refresh the page on my computer so that I can see you guys. Okay. So I'm just going to scroll down here. And so I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Let's see, I'm scrolling down. Oh, there I am. Okay. Let me, sorry, I'm kind of reaching over, reaching over my canvas to see what we're doing here. Okay. Just going to make that bigger. And then, okay, there we go. So how is everyone doing this morning on Thursday morning? Did everyone have a great Christmas? Let me know down below how everything's going today. We woke up to a couple more inches of snow today here in Eastern Oregon. And so yesterday we woke up to 5 inches of snow. And oh, hi Jan, thanks for being here. Yeah, they told us snow flurries night before last, and then we woke up to 5 inches of snow flurries. So and then today we have a couple more inches, so I'd say there's about 7 inches out there today. Oh, hi Joni, thank you for being here. So we're getting started with this bird family. I'm going to move the camera so that you can see it a little better, but I'm going to hold it up close here. This is just a fun painting, not kind of low stress fun painting. So we have a cute little baby bird here, and then the mama bird, and then I'm going to say this is a daddy bird over here. So just a little bird family. And so just a fun painting. And so we're going to get started here. I'm going to move the camera over just a little bit, so I'm hoping that will show up pretty good. So I'm going to start with some blue and white for the sky. And I'm guessing this is kind of a day like it is here in Eastern Oregon, that it is cloudy, and maybe you see a little bit of the sky in the background, but it's pretty cloudy and lots of snow. So as you hop on, let me know how things are where you're at. Let me know, are you having a snowy day there where you live, Jan? I know you're farther east, and I can't remember where you're from, but let me know how your day's going over there. So I'm just starting out with a blue color here. The birds are going to be blue. This can be really anything you want it to be. Let me show you what I have for my sketch. So I was showing this sketch on my page yesterday, my business page. This is at Wild Brushes Art with Angel is my business page. Wild Brushes Art with Angel. And so this is the sketch I was showing on there yesterday. And I drew this quite a while back. I think in September was when I drew this. And it was just the idea that I had of these birds, but I wanted to bring them up a little closer so we can see the birds really clearly. So I redid the design and made it close up, a little more close up, so I can see the birds a little better. So I was trying to decide what color to make the birds, and decided that they'll be bluebirds. So I don't want the sky to be too blue. So, oh, Rosie's on here. Hi, Rosie. She says it's cold and rainy where she's at. And Jan says no snow yet in Missouri, but rainy and chilly. Oh, wow. And Rosie says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you guys as well, because yes, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And so, yeah, let me know what your New Year's Eve plans are. over on my business page, I was asking everyone what their plans are for the new year, and let me know in an emoji is what I said over there. And I had people showing. I think there were maybe 3 people showing sleeping. They'll be sleeping in the new year for ringing in the new year. I put dancing, and it's a little dog. So I have a dog named Miss Marley, and so she'll probably be sleeping on the couch actually, but maybe we'll try to wake her up and do a little dancing with the dog. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So here I'm just adding a little bit of purpley pink and some blue. Oh, Char's here. Hi. She says, love this so much. Thank you, Char. Hi. Thank you for being here. Hey, girl. Hey, she says. So, yeah, this is just a fun design. And I actually made this design just for the Crafters Club. So, you guys, this is just for you guys. So, yeah, I have the template in here, the pattern, if you want to copy that off, and it's for personal use only, please. But like I said, this is just a basic and fun design. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to try to do kind of an ombre look with the sky and have it get lighter and lighter as I go up. So obviously this is a snowy scene, so let me make sure I'm totally on the page. Can you see everything? Okay. I'll scooch this a little bit this way so you can see the edge. Hopefully that works. Okay, so I'm going to just wipe off my brush a little bit and get the rest of the white in the sky because it is a cloudy day. And I'm just using a small, this is actually an angle brush, and I don't even know what size it is, but it's about 1/2 inch. And I'm just coming around here. I did the Sharpie on the design so that you can see with the video, so you can see the lines and where those are at. But I'm going to be covering up that Sharpie line, and so you can see the painting as we just paint it along. But so see, I'm just kind of going back and forth, and you know, I see some painters, they go like this. You know, try to just sweep it back and forth. That's kind of good to get some coverage going and get some interesting marks on your canvas. So as I get farther up, I'm just adding some more white up there. Maybe a little gray in there would be good too, but this is kind of, I wanted this to be kind of a bright, happy painting, so I might just go with the white and the blue and the purple down here. So I'm just adding a little bit here and there wherever I feel and just making it fun. Okay, now, so these, I've decided that these will be bluebirds. I was looking at some different bluebirds on online, and really these could be any color of birds you want. They could be cardinals, which I love cardinals. My mom gets cardinals in her yard every day over in Oklahoma, and we don't have any cardinals here in Oregon, in Eastern Oregon, so it's kind of sad. But when I went to visit my mom last month, well, it was actually, how long was I there? It was after Thanksgiving and then into December a little bit, and so I enjoyed seeing her birds every day, and she feeds them. They're well fed over there, let me tell you. She feeds them every day, and she gets flocks and flocks of birds, you know, cute little black-capped chickadees, wrens, sparrows. So even though this canvas is pretty white down here with the snow, I'm adding the paint in here and getting that that substance on the painting there. Okay, I have some light coming in from from the window. It's kind of making a weird sort of see-through glare there, so I'm just gonna close that window. Okay, so let me know what your plans are for New Year's Eve. Let me know. That's coming up. Like I said, I'll probably stay up till midnight. And will you be staying up till midnight, or will you be going to bed early? I'm just curious. To bring the new year in, will you be up or will you be under the covers? Let me know. So yeah, one gal had that she's gonna be eating pizza and sleeping, kind of with an emoji. She showed that. And then let's see, another gal said she's gonna be watching classic movies. I thought that was fun. She said her favorite was The Apartment. That's a good one. Okay. All right, so I also have some white on this birdhouse right here. So I'm going to add some there. And thank you guys for jumping on here. I so appreciate it. It's fun to have people to chat with while you're going live. So appreciate that. And there's always a great group over here at the Crafters Club. So thank you to Shelley, who is the admin here, Shelley Rodriguez. And she's awesome and encouraging, and I appreciate her very much. So this tree over here, actually you guys, this is the first time I'm painting this. I actually did this drawing here with the colors, but I haven't painted it yet. So this is kind of, you know, this could turn out really great, or it could be kind of horrible. Who knows? We'll see. But I think it'll be good. But with this tree, I was making it really just kind of a fun, whimsical tree here. Okay, and so I could get a little more realistic with the tree if I wanted. But for today, I'm going to try just a whimsical tree. So I'm adding in the snow here, and this will be kind of a white snow right here for now. We'll see what we do with it. But just like I said, I'm adding white to the page even though the canvas is already white. So just adding that in. And you know how the snow falls, it hits some of the branches and then shows some of the green. Okay. So I was going to try to share this to my page, but I don't see anywhere on here that it says share. So I might have to share this to WILDbrushes Art with Angel after the live is over. But definitely want you to catch me over there if you can, and just say hello over on my WILDbrushes page. Would love it if you could just give some love over there. So I was really excited to hit 900 with people who are on there, and I so appreciate the support. So it's been quite a journey, and so exciting to, you know, get on and show people how fun it is to, you know, just take a slice of time and enjoy some art in your life, because it really does, it calms the soul, I guess you could say. Let me know what art does for you. Does it calm you? Does it excite you? Let me know what you love about art, art and crafts, because this is the Crafters Club online crafting event. I'm so happy to be here. Okay, so we got the white here. There's a little snowy hill back here. Okay. And then we have the snow back here, which I'm going to just do a little bit more right here to cover up that Sharpie line. So a lot of times I don't do Sharpie outlines on my designs, but I just did that for you guys so you can see what's going on here with the painting. Okay, so all right. So if you're on here, let me know what you plan for New Year's Eve. I'm interested to find out, because we're not going to be going anywhere. We have probably 7 inches of snow out there, and there's not really, I live in a small town, so it's not super, you know, hip fun things to do, a bunch of, you know, it's pretty quiet here. So, but staying home, probably watching the ball drop, if, you know, assuming they're doing that in New York City, you know. and watching the music on TV. We'll probably do some of that. Maybe we'll watch a movie. I think a movie does sound like fun. Has anyone seen any good movies that you could recommend? We have a streaming service where we can get movies to watch. If they're brand new movies, we might have to pay for it, but we can also watch, some of the classics or some of those Disney movies or something like that. So I'm just adding here a dark green to this tree, and then I'm going to go over it with a brighter green on top. Okay. So I hope you guys can still see me. Can you see me? Is this coming through all right? Let me see if I can scooch this over just a little bit. Okay. So I got some white in my brush because of the snow, and I'm going to wipe that off a little bit. So I have a dark green here that I'm using for the tree. And just putting a base coat on here. So even if you're not painting with me, I so appreciate you being here. And if you want to paint later, you have the pattern available. And even if you don't want to paint, you could print it off and use your colored pencils or markers. Would be fun. Maybe you have some kids at home for the Christmas break that might enjoy painting with, or drawing or painting with you. So Christmas is over. Do you guys still have your trees up? Let me know if you still have your tree up, your Christmas tree. We still have ours up, and the reason for that, well, I just like having it up. That's one thing. But then the other thing is we actually put it up a little late. It was pretty late that we put it up. Maybe a couple weeks before Christmas. So we were pretty late getting it up. But so we have to leave it up a little longer to enjoy it, right? But yeah, it just makes everything more festive to have that tree up, and I love it. So like I said, this is how I put the tree on here, and it could be a different style of tree, a different technique for painting the tree, but this is how I decided to do it. Just very simple and fun. No stress, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the birdhouse here, and let's see, it's still off the camera a little bit. I'm going to move it over just ever so slightly. So I'm using a lighter yellow for the birdhouse. And this, I don't have a ton of this paint left, but I just need a little bit for this little birdhouse. There we go. And so I'm going to have a yellow birdhouse. It's going to be a nice cheery color to put in here. Just going to lay this in here. Oh, got a little bit of green in there, no problem. Just give that yellow a little character, right? Okay, so coming in here, and if I accidentally go into the bird a little bit, that's okay. We're going to be painting that bird kind of a grayish blue. I guess I was looking at, let's see, western bluebirds and mountain bluebirds, and they're such a pretty blue. But the babies are a little bit gray, and the mamas are a little bit gray as well. I mean, the babies are pretty gray, very gray, and the mamas are gray with a little blue. So here's our yellow, beautiful little birdhouse. Okay. So I guess hopefully you guys can still see me. I don't see any more anyone saying anything. I'm sorry, I might be saying the wrong words on here. You know how Facebook kind of watches you know, there's certain words you can't say on Facebook. But I had something funny happen to me that it was a few weeks ago, but I was telling my son about it. We were laughing. I was in the bathroom and I was cleaning. I went to clean out the drain in the bathtub. And so I reach into and this is just not related to the painting at all, just something that happened the other day. But I was reaching into the drain to pull out any, you know, hair or whatever, you know, whatever's in, and I reached in there and there was a live spider in there and I didn't realize it. And that was just, okay, what do you think? Was I calm or did I shriek? Okay, yeah, I did shriek. I was like, oh my goodness. And the poor little spider, that was his last day on Earth. Poor little spider. But anyway, that was so shocking to reach in there and actually grab a live spider. Oh my gosh. Okay, one thing I was thinking about with this birdhouse, I was thinking of actually coming down with some icicles. I just remembered that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of an icicle here. And it's more like snow kind of flopping down, you know. Okay, so I just want to be sure to put this in here before I do the red. Okay, there we go. So, okay, that's better. I just want to add that in there, at least on one side. Maybe I'll do a little bit on this side as well, just a little bit. I'll have to go back over the snow and make it more white. But just adding a little bit hanging down just for a little character on this little birdhouse. Okay, so I'm going to come back in to the red and paint that in. So I'm just using a little brush. This is a size 2, but you know, just any small round brush is fine to get these little areas here. And actually, there we go. All right. So this little mama bird is looking over here at her baby, and maybe the baby bird is asking for some breakfast. I don't know. They're just there together in a cute little family. Okay. So here we are. And a little bit in here. I'm using acrylic paints, if I haven't mentioned that already. And so they dry really fast, which is very convenient, and they're so bright and colorful. That is why, just a couple reasons why I like using the acrylic paints. So, just come in here with that. Okay. And so I might come in and do a little bit more in a minute. Maybe I'll just add a little red on this side here. Okay. So now there is the hole for the birdhouse, and so I'll have some black in there. But actually, maybe first I'll go over the bright color for the tree, a brighter green. Okay, so let me know if you might like painting this later. If you have any plans to paint this, let me know. I'd love to see your version if you decide to paint with me. I'll show you this brighter green that I'm putting on my fancy palette here. It's just a disposable plate here. Okay, so I have a brighter green. I'm going to go ahead and grab my bigger 1/2-inch brush, and I might actually mix this brighter green with the darker a little bit here. And I'm going to go back over this and just add that brighter color in kind of toward I'll just get it in there, and then I'm going to add some of that darker green back in toward where it might be under the branches a little bit, right here, like that. And just kind of, again, blend those colors together, kind of an ombre sort of effect there. Okay, so going back in with this brighter color here. This is getting a second coat on here and just layering it up with this acrylic paint. So again, I'm adding just a little bit of the darker color to the tip of this and just going to add that in there and let it blend with that brighter color. Okay. Okay, there we go. Here again, up here. Okay. So, anyway, I've enjoyed seeing the different crafts that pop up on this, the Crafters Club online crafting event. One that I watched recently was the tiered trays. That was pretty awesome. I don't have any tiered trays at home, and I would love to try that sometime. I know there's so many different decorations you can put on tiered trays, so let me know if you do tiered trays. Let me know, are you doing any special designs for your tiered trays for the new year? Let me know what you have planned for that if you do tiered trays. I would love, love, love to try that and have it in my home, because it seems like you could really decorate any way you want with those things. Okay, I got a little bit of green in my white, but that's okay. I'm going to add a little bit of the blue actually, and just add a little bit of blue here and there in the snow that is on the tree. So not much. I'm just going to wipe my brush off too and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Okay, I can hear the neighbor's rooster. It was weird, I couldn't hear them this morning, but there they are. They must have been too cold to do their cockadoodle doos. Okay, because it is really cold outside. I think it's probably 15 degrees here. So, pretty chilly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the, let's see, I was going for the black with this baby bird up here. And I'll hold this close in a second so you can see what's going on here. It's hard to see the birds from way back here. So let me just hold this up so you can see. There's the baby bird, there's the mama bird, and there's the papa bird. And I'll go back in and fix this. A little bit of the yellow got into the white, so I'm going to be fixing that up. But right now I'm going to go in and do this black area behind the baby bird. So we'll get that going. I'm going to use a smaller brush. So this is probably a size 2 little brush, just to get that area right here. So I hope everyone is having an awesome, awesome Thursday. I certainly am, because I usually work at the schools as a substitute teacher and an instructional assistant substitute teacher. So working with different kids and just having fun getting to know them, and the teachers I admire so much. They are really working hard, and you know, there's things that change practically every week that we all have to, well, the kids, the teachers, everyone has to deal with, the parents. So anyway, but I so enjoy working with all those great people. But I am enjoying my time off for Christmas break. Okay, so here I'm going to go into the little post that this birdhouse is standing on. And guys, if you could see my desk, it's a little bit of a mess right now. I did get all my colors out that I wanted to use. All my paints. Here's the brown that I was looking for right behind the easel. So, okay. So I'm just going to use a little brown here, and then I'll probably go over it with a lighter brown just to show the wood grain a little bit in here. And if it helps, you can turn your canvas to reach it a little better. If you go out of the lines, don't worry. This is what I enjoy teaching, is just enjoy painting. Don't worry, don't stress, just have fun. So that's why I named my business WILDbrushes Art with Angel, just to say, hey, you know, paint like no one's watching. Have fun with it. Get creative, be unique. Use the colors that you enjoy. That's why I didn't have a color list today. I just wanted you guys to be able to, you know, choose some colors that you enjoy and make it fun. So what I was thinking here was teal for the fence and then a blue for the birds. Now, here in my little sketch, oh, I got some water on my sketch, but I have kind of a robin sort of look here, but I did add a little blue in there. But anyway, you know, you can experiment with it. I can, like I said, this is the first time I'm painting this little sketch, and so I may want to paint this and then change the outcome on it, you know, change something about it. So you can just do that. You can choose what you want to do, and then if you don't like it, you can change it. So that's what's so fun about coming up with a design and playing with it. So, you know, I started with this design here, and I decided you can hardly see the bird, so I decided to bring it in a little closer and then make it so you can see the birds a little better. If I wanted to, I could even crop it in closer and just do this little part right here and forget about all this tree over here. I could make these birds more whimsical and fun looking or more realistic. So there's lots of things that you can do. So for this fence, I'm going to just try this sort of bright turquoise color. I'm actually mixing two turquoise colors at once. I have a brighter and a lighter turquoise color. So we'll try this and see. Kind of going around that bird's tail there. Okay. So I don't know what happened, but I don't see any more of your comments, but hopefully you'll watch on the replay. If you do watch on the replay, just hit hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. I'd love to say hello to everyone. When I get off of here, I will be going back and answering any questions you have, and please let me know how things are going where you're at. And Jan said it's no snow, but it is rainy and chilly in Missouri. And Rosie said it's cold and rainy over where she's at, I believe Arizona area. So anyway, yeah, we had a green Christmas here in Eastern Oregon. And so that was kind of odd because we usually have snow for Christmas. So yeah, I think we had a skiff of snow, really, just a little bit on the grass or something like that, but not much at all. And so we really do need the snow, even though, you know, some people like me don't like driving in it, but we really need the snow because, you know, the farmers, the ranchers, just the general drought that we're in over here, it's going to help a lot. So, okay, we're going to do that. And then the little boards that are showing up behind, they'll be a little darker. So I'm going to go in here with my darker turquoise here. And there we go. So let me know what you're up to today. I know that after I get off this live, I'm going to be cleaning. I need to clean this art room so badly. I had planned to clean off my art table here. In fact, if you notice, I still have Christmas wrapping paper as my on the surface of my table. So I'm going to get that changed off and put the paints away and all the brushes. So I do in-person paint parties, and I also offer art kits. And so it's been a busy December, which is really good. Okay, now I'm going to turn this back around. And so, yeah, it's been busy, and so I've got to get to cleaning the art room. So let me know what you've been painting lately. Have you been busy in your art room painting or sketching? Hopefully you have time to do that and enjoy. So what I'm going to do is I'll go over these boards with a dry brush and the darker turquoise to kind of make some wood grain in that. So there we go. All right, just kind of tidying up the lines. Okay, now for the bluebirds, and I'm going to see how this works against the turquoise, how the bluebirds will look with that turquoise. So what I was going to do is use this color that is in the sky, but it is also, I mixed it with that purple color. And so these bluebirds are really a bright blue, just like this. And like I said, these birds are more of a whimsical shape. I'm not going for a total realism sort of look here, obviously. This is a fun painting, just a fun, bright. Of course, I like to rest my pinky finger somewhere where the paint's dry. It was going into a wet area there, so that's one thing I'm so good at, is dragging the paint across my canvas too often. Okay, so here's the cute little mama bird. And I did say she's a bit gray too, so I'm going to have to add in some gray. Okay, maybe I need to refresh the page or something, because I am not seeing anyone's comments, but I see me painting, so I don't know what's happening there. Let me look on the back of the phone, see if there's, let's see what it says. It says you can now add up to 3 guests. Oh, yeah, I'll hit wave. Maybe that'll help. Okay, you guys, sometimes tech gets me, okay? Tech likes to get me. I don't know what the issue is, why I can't see any comments, but please comment away, say hello again or something so I know you're there. Okay, so I guess I shared the story about oh, there's Tony. Good morning. Hi, thank you for joining me. I was gonna say, I guess I shared the story about the spider and grabbing the spider because, you know, spiders can be a little scary. I know they're our friends, but, and so, anyway, it can be kind of scary to go live as well. To go live and just paint and try to talk at the same time and visit. And so, you know, we can do hard things. I guess that might be why I shared that story, just to say it's okay. Some things are scary, but we'll be okay. Oh, Tony, I'm so glad you're here. Glad to see you. I hope you had a good Christmas. It's like we didn't have any of our boys home for Christmas. I have 4 boys. My husband and I have 4 boys, and they're all. I have one left at home, and he's about to fly out of the nest. He's about to fly out of the nest, and my other boys are older, so they're grown and all that now. But anyway, it was a very quiet Christmas because the other boys either had to work or they were out of town, or out of town from their own homes, and then my youngest, he had to work, so he was at work on Christmas Day. So it was just a quiet Christmas. I think I'm going to add just a little bit to this little bird here, to her front part here. Okay. Maybe that was a little too much. Just trying to get the line straight. Okay. And then the baby bird. And like I said, we need to use a little gray on the baby bird and the mama bird. So here's the baby bird. I'm going to add the gray in first. And then I'll add a little blue on top, because they do have a little bit of blue. I guess it depends on how old they are, right? So I'm not a bird expert, but I was reading up on these bluebirds and seeing what the mama birds look like compared to the male birds and the baby birds. And so just to kind of have some idea of, I mean, this could be anything you want, really. It doesn't have to be, I mean, you could do a yellow bird with blue polka dots or red polka dots. It doesn't have to be anything based in reality. But so I'm just adding a little bit of a hint of blue on this little baby bird. And then a little gray on the mama bird. So Tony, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have plans for New Year's Eve. It's a question I asked, and was just curious what everyone's doing. I usually stay up for it. There's not much going on right now, so we'll probably just stay home, but sometimes we have relatives that get together outdoors and have a little bonfire, that kind of thing, but it's just so cold. I don't know if I can do that this year. So yeah, when it gets this cold, like it's 15 degrees outside right now, I think. I haven't looked to make sure, but it was at least 15 degrees. It might have been lower this morning, but okay, so we're getting this mama bird and papa bird in here. Just a little bird family. So the mama birds are a little bit grayer on this type of bluebird. Let's see, I was going to have this little wing showing over here just ever so slightly. And over here. Right there. Okay. Now, you might want to stand back from your work every now and then and see how it's going. I should probably stand back from this. Like I said, I wasn't sure on the colors. I mean, I could have made this fence red. That might pop even more against the birds, but I guess I wanted more of the attention to the baby bird here. So let me see how the beaks are kind of a grayish, dark gray, black. grayish black. So probably just, okay. And Tony, she is here on the Crafters Club as well, and I love seeing your creations as well, Tony. You always have something fun to show us. And here's the little baby bird, and now I need to add their eyes in, so we'll add a little eye here for this little guy and the mama. Now I could even add a little bit of, oh, that's wet. I could add a little orange into, because some of these bluebirds have a little orange in their feathers on the front. But these are pretty whimsical, so I don't know if I would do that. I think I'll leave it for now. Okay, so for this wooden post here, I wanted to add a little bit of a tan. I cannot seem to find the tan that is already open. Oh, it's back here. I don't know why I'm putting paints back where I can't see them. Okay, and then I am going to go in and fix this, fix that snow that I have hanging down over the, hanging down from the roof of the birdhouse. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, let's see, I really want to use a brush that is dry, so a little dry brush here. I'm just going to grab this one here since it's handy. And what I'm going to do is try to find my paper towel. I'm just going to kind of wipe some of that off. And I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to hold it up a little closer for you. I'm just going to kind of drag that down. Like, nothing difficult, just dragging that down. Hopefully it's not too, hopefully I've got the brush dry enough to make a little effect like that, okay? And then if I want to, I can go back in with the darker brown, maybe add a tiny bit of black to it, and kind of get underneath the birdhouse here for a little shading right here. And still that dry brush to kind of pull that down like that. Okay, just to add a little something there. Okay, and then I said we'd do the same thing with the fence too. So hopefully I don't have too much brown on my brush, but if I do, it's okay. And so I'm going to add a little bit of, actually I'm going to get one of my scruffy brushes. I like to use a scruffy brush for this technique. Let's see what I can find over here real quick, guys. Hold on just a second. Okay, here's a really scruffy brush. Just a really, with those bristles that are so more coarse. And so I'm going to get a little bit of this darker turquoise here. And I'm going to use my paper towel to just wipe off a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead, I'll hold this up for you. And just going to drag that down like this, to kind of make some little lines in there like it's a board. Okay, and again here. Try to get my lines straight. If they don't go as straight as you thought, you can go back over it. So you might think, well, these colors are interesting, Angel, but it can be any color you want. So I just thought I'd go with the turquoise here. Kind of a different color from the birds, but leaving the bright colors right here with the baby bird. That was my thought. Okay, so I think that is good. I might add just a little bit right here. There. And there. then back to the brown, just a little bit of brown right here on this is the little perch. Hard to tell because it's a straight on shot at that. Oh, Tony says, I love your colors. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's just a fun little painting, and just thought it was a cute little family of birds. I'm going to go back into the white for this, the roof on the birdhouse. So I'm going to come in here and hopefully not drag my finger through the paint, my hand. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, and then we're going to come down here a little bit here. I just wanted to show the snow kind of hanging off the edge a little bit. Kind of like a little gingerbread house, but we're past Christmas. This is just a snowy winter scene. Okay. Now what I might like to do is add a little bit of a black outline to parts of this painting. I don't want to do too much hanging down over here because these two are looking at each other, so I'm going to avoid doing too much over there. Okay, I am going to add just a little bit more snow on top here. There we go. We're coming up on just about an hour here. Is anyone else cleaning today? Are you getting ready for the holiday, the New Year's Eve holiday? That's what I need to do. I've been painting and I just have so much fun with it, but I also need to get some housework done. Oh, but who wants to do that, right? Okay. So these guys are looking cute. Let's see, Papa Bird could maybe use just a little highlight on his shoulder right here. Just a little bit. There. Okay. Like I said, this is really whimsical. Not a whole lot of realism going on here, but this is just so much fun to paint. Fun to come up with a design and see where you can take it and just have fun with it. So now I'm going to take my black. I like to just get it a little more fluid here with a little touch of water so that it will flow nicely. And then I twist my brush to make a nice little point, and I'm just going to outline a little bit of this. Give it a little definition here, and it is a whimsical painting, so I can do that if I want, and just you don't have to make super long lines. You can make little short strokes if you want, or you can do the long fluid lines, or you could avoid lines altogether and just have your painting without that. This is more like I said, a whimsical, fun painting, and so going around this just to give it a little okay. So I'm planning to do a word of the year and go over to my on my WILDbrushes Art with Angel page. I'll be doing that. I had thought about doing it Friday, but I think I may end up doing it Wednesday, which is my regular time to go live on Wild Brushes. So if you want to catch me over there, I might talk about it a little bit and how to do that, and then actually do a live painting on Wednesday. So my usual time to go live regularly is Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So that would be 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Anyway, just to give you an idea of when you can find me, let me know if you're coming up with a word of the year. Do you plan on doing that? Have you come up with one yet? And, you know, it could be related to your goals, something you need to work on, something to give you more joy in the new year. Some people also do vision boards, which is a fun idea too, to just kind of, you know, maybe focus on a few different things that you would like to work on for the new year, goals to reach. I do have some goals in mind, and so I'll be sharing some of those, or showing you some of those on Wednesday at 4:30 Pacific time. If you'd like to join me, I just wanted to welcome you to come over on my page. So, okay, I'm going to get just a little bit more black here. Okay. And this little lady, she has some feet on her, some legs, so I'm going to show the legs here. Just really thin, cute little legs, and I don't have to show the feet. It's just a little hint of the leg there. Okay. I hope you can see this. I might just add a little bit of a hint of a white or a grayish white on the beak up here. Just give a little bit of a highlight to the beaks. Okay. I don't know if you've noticed, but Papa Bird, his beak has a little white around it, so I need to just fill that in just a little bit around his beak, where the sky is kind of flowing behind his beak. There we go. All right, so there we have it. There's our cute little family. I want to thank you all for joining me today, and if you catch me on the replay, I hope you'll still leave a comment. Just let me know what's going on and what your plans are for the new year. Maybe you'll give us some fun ideas. Is there a game you like playing? A certain food you enjoy having for New Year's, or anything like that? Show us what you plan to do, and we'd love to hear from you. And I want to wish all of you well, wish you a happy new year, and hope 2022 is a great one for you. So just hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great new year as well. And I'll be thinking of you all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for joining me for this fun painting with the family of birds. And if you decide to paint it, or whatever, colored pencils, markers, crayons, whatever, show me what you come up with. Even if you do your tree differently, or maybe you do some different colored birds or a different fence, whatever, I'd love, love, love to see it. And I will post it here. You can post your picture below, and I'd love to have it over in my guide. I'm in guide number 5 for Angel Carpenter, Wild Brushes Art with Angel. And so I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Oh, thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. I will. I'm planning on having a fabulous 2022. And so hope you guys all do well. And thank you for being here. And we will chat with you later. Thanks a lot.